This is Halloween, and today we will be recreating the White Rabbit. Just in time for all of these Alice in Wonderland parties coming up. You're gonna be ready. Let's get started. So this is our White Rabbit costume, mostly from the thrift store, most of it. This here is the clock from my wall in my bedroom that I'm gonna be using. You can look online, they make all kinds of cute stuff. They make, you know, a replica clock that you can carry around. They make them as a purse. There are so many ways to do the White Rabbit, and I'm going to go over some of those with you today. There's no wrong way to do the White Rabbit. It's very much like the Mad Hatter or the Cheshire Cat. Any character you pick from Alice in Wonderland can be done in a multitude of different ways. So it just depends on what you want to do. But I actually happen to have a pocket watch clock on my 1930s style bedroom wall, and I'm using that. These little rabbit feet slippers I purchased from Amazon. I believe they were 20 bucks. Most of the stuff I buy is around $20 on Amazon. They're really good with their prices in comparison to other people. You can find these online. If you are going out and you want to wear rabbit feet, don't get this kind because it has the soft bottom. You would want to get something with a rubber bottom. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm gonna just use these. It's gonna be fine. I will put in the description everything that I used, where I got it, and approximately what the price was if I don't have the exact price. I got some gold rim, you know, like a Santa Claus glasses. I ended up getting these on a different website than Amazon, and I paid $15 for them. But then I found them on Amazon for $10, and then I was kicking my own butt for that. So I got those glasses. Again, this piece here, Amazon again. This was 20 bucks. And I got these mittens. This might have been Etsy. Etsy's not my favorite because the pricing is just outrageous, but I think these were only $16 maybe. And then I have a pinstripe suit. This was not together, it was actually separate at the thrift store, but I happened to find the pants that matched the jacket. I did have a tailed coat at one point, and I don't know what I did with it. I remember it was kind of falling apart, and I must have gotten rid of it. Again, I had no idea that I would ever be doing YouTube videos. Just wasn't a thought that crossed my mind. So a lot of things I did get rid of, thinking that I would never do it again. We're doing a pinstripe suit. Now, if you do the White Rabbit, I've seen so many different versions of the White Rabbit. I've seen him wearing a cardigan sweater. I've seen him dressed up like the card from when he's with the Red Queen and all of that. And he has like a clown collar and the cards on either side of his body. I've seen so many different versions, so it just depends on what you want to do. I've seen him in a regular suit. I've seen him in a tailed coat. It just depends on you. So I've got just a gray vest. Now, let's see, the jacket I got at Goodwill, $6.98. The vest also came from Goodwill. The same Goodwill, I got this entire suit at the same Goodwill. It was also $6.98. The shirt, $4.98. And then the pants were $4.98. So that's an entire suit that I got for very cheap that I'm going to use for my White Rabbit. I liked the colors. The black against the gray against the mint green. I thought that looked very White Rabbit-ish. And then I got a giant bow tie. And I believe this came from Amazon. Paid 15 bucks for it, I think. It's not very giant. It's just bigger than your average bow tie. And it came with a handkerchief, cufflinks. I thought it was a pretty good deal. Gave you the whole package. That's pretty much the whole costume. And it's going to look great. Make sure to include an umbrella. If you have an umbrella, you have a clock, you have the ears, you've got your main ingredients for being the White Rabbit. We'll get started with our makeup. Okay, getting started with the White Rabbit. I confess I've never done a rabbit makeup before, but much like yourself, I've looked at some tutorials and I've seen some stuff I like, and I'm just gonna kind of do a combination of all. I didn't know really what I was going to be using for this, but I will be putting that in the description down below. Whatever I ended up using, I will put that down there. I think we'll get started with whitening our face. We've done that plenty of times before. The White Rabbit, well, like I was saying, any character in Alice in Wonderland is going to be very, very versatile. So many different depictions of each different character that you can almost do anything. whiting our face is the first step. And what I like about this costume too, guess what? We only have to do our face. If you'll notice, I did put in the Sclera contact lenses. Anytime I've seen a rabbit, they have big black eyes. So that's just why I thought of that. You don't have to do that. That's totally optional. And it was a lot less painful than it was the last time when I did it for the Mad Hatter, because I actually knew how to do it again. There is a specific way that you put in Sclera lenses if you are getting them, and they're very expensive. So they're about $89 for Sclera lenses, but I have used these for several costumes, and I'll be using them again this year, even for a couple more costumes probably. So it's worth it for me because I do costumes all the time. If it isn't for you, it's optional. Only the face. I might do some of my neck, maybe the top, what might show. For the most part, it's really just not going to show. So let me get that going. I went ahead as well and glued down my eyebrows with the Elmer's glue so that I could just do the white right over the eyebrows. And if you're just joining me, you've never seen any of my videos, I always use the Ben Nye Aqua. It's just what I've been using for years. If you have Mehron Aqua, that's fine. But this is the Ben Nye Magic Cake Aqua paint in Cloud White. And I like it because I've just, like I said, it's just tried and true, I guess. I've been using it for years. It's the first one I ever knew about. Before that, I was actually spray painting my body with real spray paint. I tell the whole story about that too in another video. But before I discovered this, I was pretty bold. I would do all kinds of stuff to try and get a different color. But Ben Nye is keeping me alive, so that's really, really good. So yeah, like what I was saying, when you're doing a costume, think outside the box. Think of what you already have. If you're, let's say you have a professional career and you're a man or woman and you have a business suit, that will work for the White Rabbit. Or even a business suit with a skirt at the bottom would probably work for the White Rabbit. You can be a female version. It's just, there's so many different ways you can go with this costume and any of the characters. If you think that you have to go out and buy a brand new costume every time you need a costume, that's just not true. And with this one especially, or any of the characters, you can definitely use some stuff you have at home. I did not have a business outfit, so I just bought one from the thrift store. It'll work. I'm gonna go into my hairline a little bit just in case. If you're going out and you are wearing the Ben Nye Aqua or any of their cream makeups or anything like that, you're going to get the final seal. Okay, you want a final seal on your makeup so that it stays on nice and, you know, it seals well to your face. It's not gonna keep your makeup on forever, but it'll keep it on for the night, you know, while you're out and stuff, and it just comes off with soap and water. But this stuff's great, and it smells really good also, which is always a plus. Don't breathe it in. Now I have the Ben Nye Magic Cake Aqua in gray, just gray. Like I said, I've never done the White Rabbit before, but I'm kind of wanting my features to look more pronounced, as if I have that sort of face like a rabbit where it comes out into a, I just want kind of to highlight the areas that are protruded and, you know, make the other areas not so protruded. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see where this is going. I'm a first timer over here with the rabbit thing. I think it'll look good. So let me get some of this gray action. I just want to go around and really make it look blended. You're not going real dark with the gray. You just kind of want to make yourself look 3D, if that makes sense. So I'm going around, you see how that kind of already looks 3D? So when I do my brows, they're going to kind of stick out. That's what I want anyway. We'll see what happens. So yeah, when you're doing costumes, try to always think outside the box. So many people get boxed in with this one particular version of a White Rabbit or a Red Queen or a Alice even, that they don't get creative with it. And you can be so much more creative. You just gotta think about the possibilities with the costume and where you can go with it. Like for the White Rabbit, for example, the main ingredients are just the clock. You want to have an umbrella, and you know, you get the glasses, the ears, that's it. I mean, that's the main ingredients to be the White Rabbit. The rest, you can do whatever you want, pretty much. He's very formal, let's just say, but he you know, the tailed coat, even the cardigan sweater, the suit, you know, even if it's just a vest and an Oxford shirt. He's formal, but you can go all kinds of ways with formal. I mean, man, woman, child, you know, it's as long as you have those main things that the character is known for. And what's cool about that is no one has your costume then when you go out. No one has your costume. So you're kind of like the only one. So you see how I kind of did that? I don't know how this is gonna look. We'll find out. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. I'm trying to look like a rabbit. So it's a first time thing for me, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Now I have the Midnight Clown White Cream makeup, and I have these little things that are awesome right here that I've shown you before. And I want to make this whole inner part of my face that I just kind of created look like kind of like fur. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And the reason why I'm doing it with the cream is because I can texture more with the cream than I can with the aqua. The aqua is just a background, basically. I looked at several different versions of the White Rabbit, makeup tutorials. You kind of have to, you know, you just gotta do research, you know? So yeah, this whole, you know, portion of my face, I want it to be very textured looking, like it's fur. I also have a gray cream as well. This is the white Ben Nye cream makeup, clown white, or cloud white. I always say clown. Oh no, this one is clown. The aqua is cloud and this one is clown. Clown. The rabbit has bushy eyebrows because he's a furry little booger. What I'm probably gonna do too is kind of go around with the gray around my eye, just to kind of, you know, like your natural shading, a rabbit would have the same. They have a face too. Right now I'm just kind of making things, you know, my face look kind of furry with the cream makeup, and go down into the arch of my nose. And I'm all about doing brows first. I don't know how other people do it. I try to do things kind of in an order that everybody could understand. It makes it easy for them, not be all over the place. But when it's just me by myself and I'm not talking to you, I'm all over the place. It's just a fact. I'm like ADD or something. I get tired of doing one thing, I move to another, you know. You can kind of see how it's starting to look like fur, and that's exactly what I wanted. I'm sure you could even probably order white fur eyebrows and just kind of stick them on with some spirit gum. I didn't look into that. I just figured I'd do it all makeup. So I grabbed my amazing grease pencil, and I'm going to do my waterline with the grease pencil. These things aren't good for much, but they are good for a eyeliner. I mean, they've been making these since I was a kid. It used to be like kind of all they had as far as makeup went. I mean, for the general public anyway. They didn't used to really have all this really great makeup to use for costumes and stuff. I mean, that's more of a recent thing. Now I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do around my eyes. Like I said, I'm a little all over the place after the eyebrows, so just bear with me. You want a shadow around the eyes just to accent and give the look a little more depth. Doesn't have to be perfect. And that just brought it out. And I've got my tip pinched, and that's how I'm getting a little bit of a finer point on there. I think I'm starting to look like a rabbit. Growing up, I had rabbits as pets. I have pictures with them. So I'm pretty familiar with the rabbit face. Now what I'm gonna do with my white cream, if you've ever seen a rabbit's nose, the hairs on it are very short, and they kind of go down one side and then down the other, kind of like in a V shape, V pattern. So I'm gonna do that. I've got the finer tip of my little thingy here, just right down, and then I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna go all the way to the center with that, and then do the other side. All right. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get another one of these, and I'm gonna do gray now. You don't want to do a lot of gray so much that the white's covered up, because your forehead's gray. We're gonna do just some gray, so that it's not solid white, to bring out those eyelashes, or not eyelashes, but eyebrows. Going over that with the gray a little bit. Just a line here and there, a hair here and there, whatever you want to call it. My Sclera lenses aren't bothering me at all this time. I can see out of both. So that's really exciting. I've had these for years, And if you take good care of them, and if you change the solution regularly and make sure that, you know, they don't go dry and stuff, they will last for a long time. Now I'm gonna go down my nose just like I did with the white. Only you're not doing as much with the gray, just basically accenting, giving it a shade, a shading. Just trying to look furry, you know? You will definitely see it in the pictures. So, next, I kind of want some white too up in the gray part that we did. You just don't want it to be solid gray. So, I'm just gonna take my old trusty thing here and just kind of go up into that gray area a little bit with it. I'd even take my finer point and do it. That makes sense, right? Hairs. I don't want to go all the way to the eyebrow because I still want my eyebrow to be noticeable. So just right down to where the eyebrow, before the eyebrow starts. And just for accent. See what I mean? Because our headpiece is going to be up here, so it's still going to look furry. You know, you don't want to just look like a gray forehead, you know. Everything needs to look furry. So we're probably gonna do the cheeks, some fur too. Actually, we can do that now. Kind of follow the brows and how they are, I guess, going around. I think I want a little bit of a rosy cheek too. I may use regular blush for that, I think. So you can kind of see how I look kind of furry, which is cool. I think I want a little bit of a rosy cheek, so I'm just got my little same thing. I'm gonna go with a real pinky blush. Doesn't matter which one you use. I'm gonna try and pink it up right here a little bit. We'll see if it works. It is kind of, it's going over the fur, which I kind of like. Happy accident. Not really what I meant to do or where I was going, but makes it look more authentic. You know, rather than it just being like a circle on your cheek. I kind of like the way that's going. Just kind of want to make sure it's kind of even on both sides. This gives it a little more character. I mean, he was a cute little rabbit after all, you know? Cute little thing. I'm gonna wear eyelashes, but I'm gonna do that last. Have you ever seen rabbit's eyes? They have kind of long eyelashes. So I think I'm gonna do eyelashes. Let's do our nose and mouth. Let's get that done. I've got this Mehron. It's the Paradise. It's the same thing as the Big Night Aqua, or the equivalent of, in pink. It's what I used for the Scarlet Witch. I'm gonna see what this color looks like. If not, I am tempted to use lipstick for my nose. This is a light pink. It's very pink. It's looking good. I don't have a photo of the White Rabbit for this one that I'm looking at for reference, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to get caught up in trying to be exactly a certain version of the White Rabbit. I just want to go with what my instincts are, what I think a rabbit looks like, and see where the wind takes me on this one. Because I think sometimes our instincts are better than what we can see physically. So, and I don't want to particularly look like any white rabbit in particular. I just want to look like my own white rabbit. So the light pink is turning out all right, I think. I think I'm starting to look like a wabbit. I'm just going a little bit up on my curve here of my nose. It's sort of mixing with the white and getting lighter, which I do like. It's a kind of a darker pink, so I mean it's pink, just pink is the name of it. Oh, light pink, but it's not real light. It's a little bit darker. It's more of a bubblegum pink. That's exactly what it is, or Pepto-Bismol pink. You want to go inside the nostril a little bit, otherwise it's just gonna look like a peach, you know, human nostril. And you know, when you laugh, your face is up in the air. You know, it will show in pictures and stuff. So that's working. What? Hello, White Rabbit. All right. So I think I'm gonna just do a little bit of white here on the nose. This is my white cream. Just kind of adding a highlight. See? I mean, it just made it so much better. It's just not like someone painted my nose with pink. It looks more like it's sticking out more. It looks more rabbitish. So I just added a little white cream to the tip of my nose. And that looks great. Now let's start working down here. I'm going to take a black pencil, and I kind of landed on the rabbit mouth being You just go from the middle of your upper lip and you're going down into a bit of a triangle. Going up just a tad. You see how that looks? And we're gonna just fill in the triangle. Now when you're out and about in your costume, you're gonna want to carry around a black pencil just to touch up when you drink or whatever. When you're drinking, use a straw if you're out. And with that, I'm just gonna curve up a little bit. Kind of like the crow. You know the crow mouth? You're gonna curve up a little bit. Like Brandon Lee's The Crow. From the 90s movie, The Crow, if you've never seen it. It won't be that exaggerated, but you know what I mean. Just curl up a little bit on the end. And that's gonna give you that bunny rabbit cheek look. Now just filling in the top. See there? That looks great. Sometimes I surprise myself. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but I legit didn't know what I was going to be doing with you guys today. But it's coming together. And I just went down a little line there. Kind of messed up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm so happy with everything else that I don't even care. I'm just using my grease pencil to touch up. I'm not good at straight lines. Straight lines are not my thing, so if ever I have to draw a straight line, I have problems. But you better believe I keep going until it's straight. Now I have this really cool lipstick. I think it'll be the perfect color for the bottom lip. It's Ulta Matte by Maybelline. It's one of those like stay-on colors, so that'll be good too, because it'll stay on all night, hopefully. Or you won't have to mess with it as much, at least. And it's kind of like it's almost a natural lip color. I'm blotting, or, you know, pressing my lips together, and I shouldn't be because the black is trying to come onto the bottom. It's just a natural thing. I'm going to kind of fill in that part that I created. I just went up in sort of a triangle and filled it in. Kind of almost looks like it done it. my mouth. I'm digging it. I think it looks better than I even thought it would. You gotta have whiskers, right? I'm gonna do some whiskers. I don't know if I'm gonna use this or my liquid liner. You don't want them to be too dark, you know what I mean? Because they're just whiskers. What do you think? I'm gonna put on the rest of my costume and we'll go take photos. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved this day's episode of The White Rabbit. And if I can do it, you can do it. I think I was psyched out. I waited till like the last minute to try and do it because I was just so freaked out I wasn't going to be able to do it. So if you loved this video, please like, subscribe. I'm late. That does it for today's episode. I'll see you next time.